So, Google just dropped Gemma 4, and honestly, this could be one of the most important open AI model releases we've seen, especially for businesses. We're talking about folks who want serious, multimodal AI without getting locked into a single platform. So yeah, let's dive in and unpack why this is such a big deal.
Okay, so what is Gemma 4? It's the newest open model family from Google DeepMind. And the reason we're all paying attention is that it's pushing these super advanced AI capabilities much closer to the edge. That basically means you get more intelligence running right where you actually need it.
And let's be clear about that word open. When we say open, we really mean open weights. Now, this is absolutely crucial. Why? Because it puts the power back in your hands. It means you can run this sophisticated AI on your hardware, inside your own tech stack, and, you guessed it, totally on your own terms.
Right, and this is not just another text model. No way. Gemma 4 is natively multimodal. That means it was built from the ground up to get its head around text, images, and yeah, even audio. Think about what that means for a second. It could look at a photo of a broken product, read the customer's email complaining about it, and listen to a voice memo they sent, all at once just to get the full picture. That's a huge leap.
And maybe the most important piece of the puzzle? It's agent-ready. It's literally built for reasoning, for churning out code, and for driving these agent-style workflows that don't just chat with you. They actually do things. Things like booking appointments, ordering new supplies, or automatically updating your CRM. That's action, not just words.
So, look, the real story here isn't just, hey, new model out. It's about closing this massive gap that's existed for a while. The gap between that crazy frontier AI we read about, which is usually locked away behind some big company's API, and the kind of practical, powerful AI that a business can actually get its hands on, to deploy, to customize, and to really control.
All right, so let's get into the specifics. What's actually under the hood with this Gemma 4 family? Okay, now this is what's really cool. The flexibility. See, Gemma 4 isn't some one-size-fits-all thing. It's a whole family of models, different sizes for different jobs. You've got smaller ones designed to run right on your phone or laptop, and then you've got the heavy hitters for serious workstations and servers. The whole point here is freedom, the freedom to deploy it wherever you need it.
And get this, it has a massive context window. We're talking up to 256,000 tokens. To put that in perspective, it means the model can basically hold an entire technical manual, or a super long customer support thread, or even a complex code base in its working memory all at once. This is a total game changer. It lets you build assistants that have this incredibly deep understanding of your business, which means way more accurate and genuinely helpful answers.
And here's how that actually looks in practice. Because of something called native function calling, Gemma 4 is built to plug right into your business tools. You can tell it, hey, go query our customer database for this order, or update this lead in our CRM, or even check our inventory for this product. It becomes a real workflow engine, not just a fancy text generator.
But of course, Gemma 4 isn't stepping onto an empty stage. This is a super competitive field. So the real question isn't, is it the best? The question is, where does it fit in strategically?
So when you look at the open source AI arena, you've got some real heavyweights, right? There's Meta's Llama, which has this massive community and ecosystem. You've got Quen from Alibaba, which is just known for its raw, aggressive power on benchmarks. And then you have Mistral, that awesome French startup that's famous for building these super efficient practical models. Gemma 4 is stepping into that ring, but it's got its own unique angle. It's bringing that Google-level research, that built-in multimodality, and that whole flexible deployment story we talked about, from your laptop all the way to a server.
So here's the takeaway. Gemma 4 has carved out this really powerful niche for itself. If you're a builder and you want that Google-grade quality and an open model that can shrink or grow depending on your hardware, well, it's now one of the absolute strongest options you've got.
Okay, theory is great, but let's make this real. How could a small business actually take these features and turn them into real value? Check this out. A perfect example. A customer support copilot. Imagine Gemma 4 grabbing an incoming support ticket, looking at the photo the customer attached to see the damage, instantly searching your internal help docs for the right fix, and then boom, drafting a perfect, complete reply. That's where all that talk about multimodality and workflow actually comes together. And it goes way, way beyond that. You could build sales assistants that automatically summarize all your CRM notes, or create tools that process your internal contracts and invoices, or even design those agent-style automations that finally get all your internal apps talking to each other. The possibilities here are just so practical. And that right there is a huge strategic advantage.
I mean, think about a law office or a medical clinic or any business that handles sensitive data. You probably don't want to send every single workflow out to some third-party API. Open models like Gemma 4 give you the power to build these incredible AI systems that are private, that you control, and that are totally customized to your needs. All right, so let's pull back for a second and look at the big picture. What's the real strategic takeaway here for anyone who's actually building with AI today?
First things first, a little dose of reality. As powerful as these open models are, they're not magic wands. They are absolutely incredible tools, but you still got to put in the work to make them sing.
You know, to really get the most out of a model like Gemma 4, you still have to think about the whole stack. You need the right hardware, a good inference setup, a smart prompting strategy, and of course, the right guardrails. But hey, these aren't deal breakers. They're just part of the job when you're building real production-level AI.
But when you look at where things are headed, Gemini 4 makes the trend lines crystal clear. The future of AI, it's becoming more open, giving builders like you more freedom.
It's becoming more multimodal, moving way beyond just text to understand the world in a much richer way.
And most importantly, it's becoming more deployable. It's designed to fit into all the different hardware setups where businesses actually get work done.
So, the most important question isn't about the hype, it's about leverage. Does this actually give builders a new set of tools to create value? And with Gemma 4, the answer looks like a resounding yes. It just gives you more options, more pathways, and more power if you're a business that wants cutting-edge AI without having to give up control.
Because at the end of the day, Gemma 4 isn't just another model launch. It really feels like part of a fundamental shift. A shift toward AI that businesses can actually own, shape, and deploy for themselves. And honestly, that's what could make this one of the single most important open AI stories of the entire year.